Welcome to Mad About Money. I'm Maddy Alexander-Grout, and this is the podcast where we talk all about people's interesting money stories. I'm here with Bukky Ayoade, who is the founder of Vibrant Midlife Wellness Practice. There we go. I knew I had to write it down. It's too long, too long in my brain. And she's also released this fabulous journal as well, which I'm really excited about telling you guys about. So you have to make sure that you're watching this on Zoom, not on Zoom, on YouTube or in the Mad About Money app so that you can actually see what I'm holding up. If not, you're just going to have to listen to its wellness greatness. But we're going to talk to Bukky about her journey and a little bit about her. So Bukky, tell me, first of all, tell me a little bit about you and what you do.
Okay, hi everybody. Hi Maddie, thank you for having me here. So I'm Bukky.
You're welcome.
As you said, I run Vibrant Midlife Wellness Practice, which is a wellness practice dedicated to women over 40, their health and well-being. We focus mainly on menopause care, and so menopause care, which starts with menopause awareness, and help women support them to create a personalized menopause care plan.
Excellent. Very much needed. So, but I'm 39 and I am perimenopausal. So I'm outside of your bracket, but I am inside of your bracket.
You are outside, inside. You're in our hub as well. That which is
I am. However, I am 40 in less than 2 months' time. So I'm kind of getting there. I'm nearly there.
And the sooner women become aware of the menopause, the perimenopause, and symptoms, the better.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about this a little bit before we move on to your story. Let's talk a little bit about menopause and how freaking awful it is, right? So I have the worst periods at the moment. Sorry, guys, TMI, but we're going to talk about this because we're all about getting deep down and dirty on this podcast. So I have the worst periods, and I used to have very regular periods, and now they are all over the place. So all over the place. I have like one every 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks. Get this, 2.5 weeks. And then it's like an avalanche of chaos and death and mood swings and horrendous Maddie, where like my kids, I think really I'm gonna have to start educating them about what periods are so that they can stay away from me. Like I almost killed my daughter this morning because of the fact that she wouldn't put her socks on. I mean, to put it into context, she is the Goldilocks of socks. And it's either they're too small or too scratchy or the wrong color or they're not Spider-Man socks, and it drives me to freaking distraction. I honestly, like, I was just like, I don't care which ones you put on, just
wear
put
a pair of socks.
So yeah, but I genuinely think that is because it's day one. I've got that horrible migraine-y, horrible like head in a vice headache thing that you get. Last night I was so agitated, like I had restless legs, I was itchy, like I just couldn't get comfortable. And this is so normal, but nobody talks about it.
This is the thing. It's to bring it to the fore, also to bring it to the fore, and also help women understand that they can find solutions that help. There are natural solutions, there are prescription meds. I'm sure you must have heard who are about HRT, etc. But they
won't give it to me. Do you know what? There are two reasons. Firstly, I'm too young. You can't be having perimenopause at 39. I'm like, well, my mum had it at 36, so take me seriously. And the second reason, they were like, oh, well, you're on lots of drugs already, so we don't think it's a good idea. And I'm like, but I'm really cross and I really need something. Just give it to me now.
So I guess that the notion that you can't have HRT at a young age is not correct. That's not
I know, right?
Correct information. But also there are other things that would possibly clinicians should be talking to you about. They should be talking about lifestyle. They should be talking about, and there are just other practical things that not necessarily, because I in our practice we try and run an evidence-based you run an evidence-based practice, but there are things that you pick up that have, and I've used myself, that I know have helped me just keep calm, etc. And then that's what we talk about in the hub, and that's what we talk about when we help women.
So again, another question before we go on to your story. Menopause and money, right? I think a lot of women get to the stage of menopause and all of a sudden it's like everything's so confusing. We get brain fog.
Mm.
we go from being maybe quite good with our money to being
Mm.
absolutely terrible because we want to buy things that make us feel better. We
Absolutely,
want
yeah.
we want to be comfortable. I mean, God, the amount of hoodies and blooming jogging bottoms I bought because I just want to be comfortable. I want to be wrapped in a big, massive hoodie and like be comfortable. And
Yeah.
those sorts of things, they make people's lives worse because they don't budget for these things. You know,
Mhm.
they're all of a sudden our bodies have completely changed again, and we're in the situation where we're like, what
Old
can we buy?
wardrobe doesn't
Yeah,
fit.
what,
Yeah.
what can we buy? But then it's also things like life admin. You know, we get
Mm.
really stuck, and it's my ring light's flashing again and it's annoying me. But yeah, we get to the stage where we're just like, what do we need to do to make this better? And I think that this actually sort of points people towards debt, and people
Mm.
start getting into debt because they start
Mm.
buying more things and they don't really realize that they're doing
Mm.
it. They're buying loads of supplements. You know, these
Mm.
things cost extra money.
Money, that's true.
And I don't think that people really get the
Mm.
fact that money and menopause actually very much go hand in hand. In fact, I should come and speak in your group about this. We should do this. We should speak. Uh,
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely.
I think it's something that people don't talk about. So
Mhm.
I mean, have you seen this in the people that you work with, that they struggle with money?
So yes, yes and no. So there are
Mm,
various, I mean, extremes. There are people that have a lot of money. Maybe,
yeah.
they've just had a lot of money. They've married well. They've made good decisions as
Wish
they've
I did that.
as they've made good decisions along. They've made good investments, etc. So they get to this phase of life and everything's hunky dory.
Mm,
But then there's the woman that, she's not had it all so smooth, gets to this phase of life and looks around and thinks, what's happened here? I've got no house, I've got no assets, I've not got this, that, or the other. And then there's the person that's not even, has probably maybe had the long-term illness, so not been able to work, etc., etc.,
mm,
etc. And that's, really penny pinching, etc., etc. So I'll take myself as an example. I've had, I mean, throughout my working life, had a decent career,
yeah.
had a decent source of income.
So that so
However,
let's so that 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 brings us onto your story quite nicely. So let's start with your story. What is Bucky's story? How did you get to where you are now?
okay, so how far back do you want me to go, Maddie?
How far back do you want to go? I always say this to people. It's like, start where you think is most relevant.
So I grew up with a lone parent because I lost my dad at the age of 12. So
Oh
my
gosh.
mother my mother was a young widow. She was 36 when my dad died.
Oh, that's so
And I
sad.
have three older sisters and a stepbrother. So but growing up, it was myself and my sisters, and my mom did her best, but we didn't have loads. We
Yeah.
didn't. We didn't want for anything, but it wasn't
Mm,
as if we had stuff splashing around. I grew up not in the UK. I was born in the UK, but I wasn't raised in the UK. So from the age of 8, I moved back to Lagos, Nigeria, and
what is that noise?
so there's like a business park close to where I live, and this is
That's the sandwich van.
the local sandwich van that comes
Nice.
around.
I'll tell you what, that's the one thing I miss about working in corporate. Nobody comes and delivers me sandwiches anymore, and it's really sad.
So grew up with my mom and my sisters. Went to secondary school, uni there. She did her best, and that was that. After uni, I came to live in the UK, and I just started. But all along, even whilst I was growing up, I would work in the summer just to earn my own money and buy stuff for myself. Young girls, we have to buy clothes, buy
Yeah.
makeup, da 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 da. But that was that. Came to the UK, started working, and I was fine. I was just living. I was single, obviously, when I came to the UK. It was about 20, 23, 20, that kind of age, 1990, 91. So that tells you
Mhm.
how ancient I am.
No, no, we don't talk about that.
um, yeah, started working, had family again. Nothing lavish. We were just muddling along. However, our family situation, my marriage broke down in 2008. Unfortunate, but luckily I trained as a pharmacist, so I've worked I've worked in
So
the
you
UK.
drugged him.
No, 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 no. He's
I thought this is
he's
going to take an
alive.
interest.
He's still alive.
I
He's
thought,
still
oh,
alive.
what are you trying to tell me here? I mean, we've had confessions here, but not that bad.
I work as a pharmacist, so I'm able to pick up work and always be in work and be in good jobs and work. So pharmaceutical industry served me well. But I've not necessarily, I would not say that I've necessarily made the best money decisions. So I didn't invest when I was younger, blah, blah, blah. We bought a house. When the marriage broke down, we had to sell the house. After that, I probably should have bought another house. I didn't. But c'est la vie, that is life.
Yeah.
Um, and so I think it's just in these latter years, I've just thought, Bukky, you know what? You really do need to get a plan in place for your future. Where are you gonna live? What are you gonna do? Blah 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 blah. And yeah, and because I know that my situation is not unique, and because I have a holistic approach to wellness when I talk to women
Yeah.
about health and well-being, I honestly feel that financial wellness is a pillar that we need to your point, we need to be
Oh
talking
gosh.
about, we need to be focusing on at this phase of life.
Absolutely, because financial well-being connects back into your overall well-being. I feel like
Absolutely.
they're very connected, but
Yeah.
actually it's a vicious cycle because
Mm,
you've got, if you're depressed or you're not healthy or you're not
mm,
fit, then
mm,
your finances probably will see the effect of that because there'll be decisions that you're making around your finances that won't be the right ones. So yeah, I mean, this is actually why we've now got a well-being section in the Mad About Money app because it's
yeah.
all connected to money.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The
Anyway,
other thing
carry on.
also is also to get women thinking that even though you might be reliant on your husband, for example, understand money for yourself, because
Yeah,
God knows what could happen, and then
absolutely.
you have no insight or inkling as to what needs to happen, which bills to pay, how you need to pay the bills, blah 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 blah. Also, to your point about well-being, is women need to plan. What sort of insurances have you got in place?
Yeah,
And especially now in this flex economy, you still need to have proper insurance in place so that if anything happens to you, at least you're not left. So I have a lady who talks to me. She said, GoFundMe is not a plan.
no, not so much. I mean, that's a desperation plan, but it's not a great plan.
Yeah.
I think I really can relate to that because my parents got divorced when I was 15.
Yeah.
And the separation was really tough. It was a
Mm,
really hard one. My
mm,
parents really fell out with each other. My
mm,
dad's business went under, so my dad
mm,
couldn't look after himself really.
mhm, mhm,
But also my mum was working for him, so
mm,
she actually ended up losing her job as well.
mm,
And the one thing that really really taught me is that you
mm.
cannot rely on your partner for anything. Like, I mean, even if you really really want to, and you're with the richest person in the world, they could lose all of their businesses in one
Absolutely.
foul swoop.
Ab-
Just all it takes is something like COVID to come along.
mhm,
If you're not financially stable, it can
mhm,
completely rock the boat. So,
mhm,
financial stability is a really important thing. I worry about my husband sometimes because I look after all of our finances for the whole family. So
mhm,
I pay the bills, I do all
mhm,
the childcare, I do the
mhm,
shopping budget, like
mhm,
everything, the
mhm,
meal planning.
mhm,
My husband does the shopping for me, but I
mhm.
plan it out for him. And the
Yeah.
reason behind that is because
Mhm.
I cannot be trusted in a supermarket. Um, I'm a very savvy saver, but the reason being
You
that I'm a
can
very
be
savvy saver.
impulsive. Yeah.
Well, no, no, no. I've learned how to control my spending habits because I actually had a previous spending addiction. But
Mhm.
when I go to the supermarket, I take hours because I am constantly looking for the cheapest deals, and it really upsets my husband that I take so long. So he's just like,
Okay.
"Oh, just let me do it." So,
Let me go
so he
it.
takes
Let me
over.
make a quick
Yeah,
dash.
yeah. I mean, he's in and out within half an hour, and all
Mhm.
I do is I write him a shopping list.
Okay,
So
fantastic. Yeah.
it's quite useful though, and also it means that I can record TikToks while he's out, and he doesn't whinge at me, so it's all good. But yeah, no, the link between financial education and financial well-being and being in control of your own life and your own destiny is
Mm.
super important, especially at mid age, because
Mid-leg, because even if, so what I say to my women is, even if, yes, you plan, because when you get there, you want to still have, you've got a decent level of your life at the moment. You want to go on
Yeah.
holidays. Your
Yeah.
grandchildren want to come along. You want to buy the nice things. So have a plan for how that you're going to make that happen. I mean,
Yeah.
we know that the pension is it's not that alone is not going to do it. So we just
No.
need to be, yeah, savvy. And one of the things that I've also done, and that was why I was quite, when I found you on social media, is I don't spend money anymore. To be honest, I don't want for much. I hardly,
Yeah.
when I do, I would go on places like Vinted and
Mm.
find bargains. Where I live, I mean, I do some charity shopping. Where I live, we have nice charity shops. You can go in there and pick up some decent bargains, and they act, because I don't like, I like one-off exclusives anyway. You can find some decent things, and yeah, just
You can, and it's fun. I love charity shop shopping. It's
yeah.
one of my favorite pastimes.
I have a few around here, so sometimes I just go dun 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 dun. It's lovely. It's really good.
It's and also like, I don't buy things unless I sell something first. So if I want to treat myself, I will find something in my house that I no longer need, and I'll sell it.
Oh well,
And that,
I'm not at that level, Maddie, yet.
I
I
mean,
don't
I don't do it because I need the money. I do it because it's fun, and
yeah,
it means that I'm rewarding myself with
yeah.
the thing that I want, and then I don't feel guilty about buying it.
I'm still yet to figure out how to upload something onto Vinted to get and just declutter as well,
Yeah.
because and lose some of all of what I've got here, because I do need to get
We
a
had
few things on there.
we had Janine McDonald on last week, who
Okay.
is a decluttering specialist, and she
Oh
was saying
wow.
about how, how much money you can make from decluttering, and it's astounding. You must listen to that podcast episode. It's really good.
I will go and find it. Yes.
Yeah, really good. But yeah, so anyway, I interrupted you on your story. So you separated from your husband, and what
Yeah.
happened next?
Started work. Then I went to live abroad for a couple of years, which was so I obviously that left my financial footprint in the UK a bit rocky. So I came
Mm.
back, and it's kind of start building again. And I've done that. Luckily, I can still work, and work. But now, I think now more than anything, because I'm really heading on to another big birthday, is where I've just thought, Bukky, you've got to knuckle down, figure out,
Are
and
you
then
40 as well?
yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, yeah. So is when I'm thinking, okay, and so now it's the plan towards the big 60, and yeah.
I did not think you were going to say that. I thought it was going to be 50.
No.
You look very, very good for 60, my love. I'm just
Yeah.
going to say this now.
Oh,
Wow.
thank you. Yeah.
I
So
must I must have your skin cream, whatever it is, because I've got more wrinkles than you do.
we talk about that in the hub as well. So whoever wants to find out, come into the hub. We talk about that. So yeah.
Nice.
So that's the plans. The plans to the other thing I was thinking was, because my daughter, obviously, I've got two grown children. One's my daughter's 31, my son's 27. But we'll talk about my focus on my daughter. So when I knew that my plan was rocky, I said to her, I said, why don't I give you money? You buy a property, and well, no, I want to do it by myself, but which is fine.
Oh, yeah.
But that's okay. It's okay. So what I've just decided now is just I'm going to just buy a property abroad, because it's easier to just do
Oh,
that.
yes. Where are we going?
Oh, Lagos.
I'm coming too. This is great.
Lagos, Nigeria.
Love it. Bit of a cocktail. Yeah, I like that idea.
So that's what I'll do, and then obviously, where I live is okay for the moment. We'll just see what happens in terms of, but major investment will be elsewhere, and then I'll just rent here. And invariably just try and be close to where she is settled, because obviously
Yeah.
to be close to the grandkids, etc., when they arrive. The other thing is, yeah, just investments, have a pension. I obviously have pension, have a private pension, pop into that.
Yeah.
What else? I told you we had Eman come into the hub he shared a financial masterclass with
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
people. So I will have a review with him at some point as well, and just try and get, and so that all of my money that I'm earning now, just make sure that I'm being very, very
Yes.
savvy with it.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about this amazing journal. So, I mean,
Oh wow.
tell me in your words, tell me
Mm.
about what it is and what it does.
So
I know.
I created this journal just as a way for women to be accountable for themselves, for their health and well-being journey. and create the time and space to focus on their well-being
Yeah.
and cover different aspects. So as I said, I just like to take a holistic approach and cover different aspects. So it's different topics. I like when you what you said about you like it that it's weekly, so that
Yes. Yeah.
the
So
pressure.
I'm going to show people here. So it
Mm,
actually starts with week. You can't really see this on here, but with week one. So it
yeah,
actually guides you through which week. So we've got faith, love, diet, exercise, sleep, stress, relationships, substance use, weight, anxiety, self-esteem, purpose, wealth. There's so much in here.
all of the
And
things that
I
affect us as midlife women.
yeah, I mean, to be honest, all of the things that affect women in general,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
this is it feels really nice. It's quite small as well. I like the fact that it's small because actually a lot of the planners that and journals that I've got are very big, and
Mm,
I have a very small desk and this fits directly where I need to have it, so I
fantastic.
can
We
fill it in, which
also
is
have a digital copy.
oh, do you? Ah,
Created it digitally, just again, just so that
I'm
people
a
that
pen and paper
yeah,
kind of
I prefer
girl.
to write as well. I'm the
And
same.
also as well, then you can track your progress with it as well. And I
Yeah.
think that's really important when you're looking at your well-being and you're looking at kind of ways to focus on you, because it is hard, especially if you've got kids. It's really
Mm,
difficult to actually just focus your mindset on how do I look after me. And
mm.
this is something that I think is really going to help me, so thank you very much for gifting me this. I really like it.
You're most welcome. I do
um,
say set if you can, maybe ask Alexa to make it a, I don't like the word ritual, but habit, time, a
habit,
particular
yeah.
time that this is me time, this is Maddie time, this is Bukky time. That's what I do.
Well, do you know what I do? And what I've started doing as well is every day before I go to bed, I pull a tarot card.
Okay.
And because I'm a bit woo, you see, I like a bit of the woo.
Uh-huh.
And I get my crystals out and I sit
Okay.
there and I chill in silence. I do a bit of
Uh-huh.
meditation. I
Uh-huh.
pull my tarot card. So actually, I
Uh-huh.
think that's a really good time to do
So
that.
yeah, and then
Because it's got gratitude sections as well, so you can
absolutely, yeah.
write down what you're grateful for. And actually, do you know what, gratitude journaling is really good and it's really powerful, isn't it?
It's an evidence-based wellness practice is gratitude. So yeah, there's evidence to say that what, when people focus on
Mm,
gratitude, it improves mood, it improves cognition. It's I've got some studies on, I think it's on my Instagram, where I've shared about gratitude and the clinical paper that
yeah.
speaks to that as well. So
And actually within that, let's talk a little bit about gratitude when it comes to money.
mm-hmm.
Right. A lot of people focus on the fact that they don't have money, but they don't thank the
Yeah,
universe or their employer, their
mm-hmm.
self-employed skills
Mm-hmm.
or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
bringing cash into their lives.
Absolutely.
And being grateful for even the tiniest amount of money that comes into your life
Mm-hmm.
will help you to manifest more. um, and I've really been pushing for this recently. So
Mm-hmm.
I've just really started to value my time.
Mm.
So I've got these power hours now where people
Yes.
can book in with me, and they can book
Yes.
in with me if they want money coaching or if they want
Mm-hmm.
visibility coaching,
Mm-hmm.
because I have a lot of business skills and I can help a lot of people to get their businesses out there.
Mm-hmm.
um Influencer, darling. But when you value your time and you stop giving your time for free and you make money from it. So every time I book a power hour and I write it down, and I write down, who's paid for it, what's happening, and I
Mm-hmm.
track that money as it comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I write down the money that I'm making, the more money I make. And it genuinely blows my mind. But it is a thing.
It
So the
is.
more you're grateful for stuff, regardless of what it is, the more of that you will bring into your life, because you're not
Absolutely.
focusing on the negative crap stuff that's all happening. So
Yeah. So yeah, today is my payday. I've always, so I get paid at the end of the month, but
yeah.
I've always um paid my bills mid-month.
Okay.
So this morning I woke up and like, thank you, Lord, that I have, this
Enough money to pay my bills.
this
Yeah.
wages have come in. I'm going to now go and sit down and divvy up the monies in the way that in various ways that it needs to go. And as you said, just thankful for the opportunity, because
Yeah.
especially in these times, it's not easy. I go to
It's
the
not,
supermarket,
no.
everything's jumping, and I think I'm okay. I live by myself. I've got grown kids, but I think of people that've got younger kids. You've got to create fun for them. They've got to have,
Yeah.
they've got to buy clothes every season. It's just like, how? It's, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, I think we're really lucky actually, from where, like, because I've always bought secondhand for my kids anyway,
Mm.
and we've got kind of like a bit of a friend ring where, like, we just all give our
Yeah,
clothes to each
we all
other.
just, yeah, yeah.
And it's lovely. It's really nice. Do you know what? I mean, Harriet, my youngest, I mean, it's really lucky that she doesn't like dresses, because her
Mm,
Ben's best friend, Jamie, he's
mm,
smaller than Ben. So, like,
mm.
and they've got no one else to pass it down to. So Jamie's clothes always come to Harry.
Okay,
And
fantastic.
she loves it. She's like, Mummy, I've got a new Hulk t-shirt. I'm like, brilliant. And she doesn't care that they're secondhand. And there's nothing wrong with secondhand clothes and
Yeah,
charity shop shopping, all of that, all of
it's
the stuff
that.
that I buy for my kids comes secondhand. The only thing that we buy new is school shoes.
Yeah.
Yep, there's a storm going on outside my window.
No,
I knew this was going to happen. I hate storms as well. They're not like,
So yes, I call it the circular economy, and there's nothing, as you say,
yeah,
there's nothing wrong with it. And for me,
no,
I now focus. If it is it necessary? Is this expense necessary? If it's not, then don't bother. Don't bother.
absolutely. That is great advice. So Bukky, how can people find you? Where are you online?
I'm online. Our website is vibrantmidlife.com. For any midlife woman listening, I would recommend. I spoke about menopause awareness. One
Mm,
of the key things to track when we're sensing this, irregular periods, etc., are your symptoms. So you can go and download for free. We have menopause symptom checkers on there. We have a free
brilliant.
sample of that journal actually on there as well, so people can actually try it if they wanted to.
Nice.
So that's vibrantmidlife.com. I spoke about our Facebook group, which is Vibrant Midlife with Bukky. We are ramping up things in there. We'll bring in experts like yourself to come and talk to women, but we're bringing in experts around various different topics: hair loss,
Mm,
dry skin, confidence, just thinking. I do a lot in there. Obviously, I've got my own specialist topics that I can talk about. So that happens. We have a live every Sunday in the evening. But
nice.
even if you don't watch live, you can catch a recording.
Yeah.
So website Vibrant Midlife with Bukky. Instagram, I'm Vibrant Midlife on Instagram as well.
Amazing. Oh, well, it's been really lovely talking to you. I'm going to make sure now that I fill in this journal every single evening, because I
Okay.
think it's going to really help me.
Me too.
I mean, also, to be fair, there's so much space here for your gratitude. I mean, if you're not grateful for all of the things, you could probably put some of your menopause symptoms in here as well, couldn't you? I mean, just have it all in one place.
And
I really like
there's the
it.
weekly action to focus on as well. So focus on diet for a week, focus on love, self-love for
Yeah.
a week, focus on self-esteem. It's all in
It's
there.
it's really good, and I really like the fact that it does that, because most journals are just the same thing throughout, and actually I think that's really good to help people to focus on them. So yeah, make sure that you come and check it out. We're going to be putting an advert up in the Mad About Money app, so that if you come and see in there, you will be able to purchase it there as well. So thank you all for listening. If you are listening to this in Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, you're in the wrong place. Come and download the Mad About Money app. You can watch all of our videos in the Mad About Money app in the videos section. If you haven't heard about it before, it's a social money platform for consumers and entrepreneurs. It helps people to be more vocal about money, helps people to break the taboo of speaking about money. And there's lots of cool people that hang out there as well, like us. So come and download it and join. Thank you so much, Bukky, for being with us today. I will see you next time.
Thank you for having me. I've had a blast.
You're so welcome.